My pranams to all Atmajyotis. Let us start the session with the prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरोर्पदं मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा हरिः ओम ओम सद्गुरुदेवाय नमः नमस्ते शारदा देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी विद्यादानं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा Let us start the session today.
No, I'll turn on the mic here. You can keep the video there.
Is my voice audible to everyone online? Am I audible?
Yes, Vijayji.
I have unmuted my laptop. No, camera is okay. But the Anupama ji, Neeta ji, are you able to hear me?
Oh, yes, Vijayji.
Okay.
Are you muted as well?
Yeah. No, because I thought the audio is going to come from there. Okay. Anupama ji, Neeta ji, am I audible?
Oh, yes, Vijayji.
Okay, excellent. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have Prabhuji, we have Gayatri ji, then we have Dhavalji here. Okay, and yeah, okay. So today the main agenda is to get into technical details of how we are going to be creating this platform. And already Prabhuji has given us the initial overview. We will have broadly three, let's say, trains, which is nothing but collection of apps. There is a EduMate, there is nothing the TeacherMate, TeachMate, StudentMate, and OpsMate.
This whole platform is called EduTransform.
EduTransform platform. Yeah, so this is the starting point. So today, what we will do is we will go into details of. It's like, you know, if you open the car bonnet, you see some pieces, right? So like that, today we will look at this whole platform from the viewpoint of data. So data means what? For example, student. Student means what for this kid? Student has a ID, student has a name, student has a gender, student has a photo. So like that, there are elements that are associated with any various entities that we deal with in our Gurukul system. We have student, we have parent, we have teacher, we have mentor, we have subject. So like that,
Actors.
Various, all these actors and various other entities, subject, then topic, then, you know, rank, then competition. So like that, once when we start going into details, we will see so many things that make up our world, our Viskit Gurukul world. So this we can call as a data universe. It has so many actors and so many data elements.
As we talk with my laptop.
So the idea is to
Wait there. I also like you build up. My data should become in big form.
okay, so Guruji is more used to Yes. Yes, so just give us a few minutes. But in the whatever we have discussed so far, the main idea about the data universe, is it creating enough of an image in your mind, Anupama ji, Neeta ji?
Yes, Vijay ji.
Yes, Vijay ji.
Super. So today we are going to look at the data, primarily data, and how this data is interconnected. So we have so many apps. Which app has to be responsible for which data? So this is typically the starting point. We have to establish who is the owner of, which is, in technical terms, generally we also called as, which is the golden source of truth. If somebody says, okay, give me all the student information. The student information may be lying around in multiple apps, but which app should we go to say that this is the owner of the data? So like that, today we will establish the data, ownership of the data, and how the data will move from one application to another application. That's the first and foremost primary objective of our discussion today. Anything you would like to add, Dhavalji?
So data part, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
So this student, teacher, and all we are discussing, right?
Yeah.
So that's the personas that we are creating.
Yeah.
So once we create the personas, if we think about the user stories after personas,
Yeah.
like what are the users going to do in the system,
Yeah.
and what is it that they will see in the system and interact within the system.
Yeah.
If we define that, then the rest of the data will also be defined with a much larger clarity.
Yeah.
Without any need of revision.
Actors, what they do with the data.
Exactly what the actors will be doing in the system. If we define that,
yeah,
then the rest of the data will have much more clarity without, revision down the line. So if
certainly
that is possible.
So typically, you may be also aware, it is done in multiple iterations. So as we start talking about our universe, we have to relate to our universe through various what we can call as stories. Okay, so okay, let's begin with student. How does the student come into our universe?
Correct.
Right, and then story continues. As we start identifying these story elements, the various key data elements start coming up. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Any other point?
No, that's it.
Okay. Anupama ji or Neeta ji, you have anything to add before we begin? Rajita ji?
No, nothing, Vijay ji. Just getting the picture of what it is.
Yeah.
Without knowing, how can I have suggest something, Vijay ji?
Think of it just like this. We are going to now tell a story, but the story will be told through some simple circles and names, and those circles will represent something of importance to us, what we call as data. So it's a story of our Gurukul from the viewpoint of data.
Yes, good. Yes, Vijay ji.
What is data, Vijay ji, here?
So data, anything and everything in the computer world is data, Neeta ji. So for example, when we think of in our computer world, see, there is no person called student sitting inside a computer, but a student is represented through some aspects of the student, no? Name of the student, gender of the student, so on and so forth, right? So that is what, a computer really knows about a something called as a student. At the end of the day, computer only knows something about something only through these data elements.
Okay.
Anything and everything that happens in the computer world is all about knowing the data and the relationship among the data and how the data has to be moving and how the data has to be transformed.
Right. Okay. Got it, Vijay ji.
Yeah. No,
No.
I'll be able to, I can.
No, this is enough. This is enough.
It was very comfortable, Gayatri. Thank you. So, Gayatri, how do we get the board for them to see? Shall I? You'll turn this way. Okay, so then this one, I can keep it here, pointing at. No, spotlight it on the board. Is the board visible to all the people online?
Half of the board is visible, Vijayji. Half the sunlight, the glare is there.
The glare is there. Okay, just. Is this any better now?
Ah, yes.
Yes, Vijayji.
Super. Okay. Okay, so we'll begin with let's say the student side of the journey. Prabhuji, where shall I begin from? Student side of the journey or
So
the
first put the black box for the actors in and out.
yeah. So in
Let's
terms,
identify all the actors.
yeah. So generally we have various actors. Actors are nothing but kind of personas. Okay. So we have, of course, the main actor that we all really care about is student. Then student has parent. Then the one who is giving the immediate assistance to the parent and the student is a teacher, and then the mentor. Then we have our, should we call them as administrators? Those who are interested in anything about what is happening. So, for example, our Darshanji. So, student, parent, teacher, mentor.
This is Gurukul, and there is a Purna Chetana, and there is a JED, and there is a Lighthouse function, and then there is a Acer Head. Vendors.
So there is Purna Chaitanya, there is Gurukul, there is Biscuit, there is Lords. Then we'll identify Ace Hacker, third parties, and
Third party, multiple parties.
multiple parties, right? So third parties. In that we have Ace Hacker. All these other plays may come in later. Okay.
Vijayji,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. Can these words be written little more bigger so that it will be viewable very for us, please?
Okay.
I can project my screen and I keep typing here.
And
Yeah,
we-
now it's better. Now it's better.
No.
But okay.
Now it's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what we have written is small words.
Students, parents.
Yeah. Student, parent, teacher, gender.
Teacher is called teacher's mentor, no?
No. Teacher is the one who is responsible for the topic from Purna Chaitanya side.
So there is a mixing up. So this is actually Gurukul local actors and Purna Chaitanya is separate actor.
Okay, I was just listing the actors, so maybe we can list it under each one of them.
Yeah. Parents, students, mentors.
So in the biscuit, we have student.
So actually, I just tell the first this thing, biscuit side.
Yeah.
Students.
Yeah.
Okay. Students are three categories.
Yeah.
Okay. Private school, secondary, primary school, secondary school,
Yeah.
and what you call as senior secondary school.
Senior
School.
secondary, yeah.
These types of
Students are there.
students are there.
Yeah.
Okay, then the next comes to the center head.
Mm.
This is center head. In this case, our case is this lady. Center head.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a particular Gurukul.
Yeah, this is center head.
Mm.
Don't write hierarchy. I'm just typing the flat structure.
Yeah, yeah. I can write the hierarchy here.
For me, writing the hierarchy is difficult here.
I will show it later.
Center head.
Yeah.
And under center head,
Yeah.
there are interns, intern mentors.
Intern
Mentors.
mentors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Each center will have a couple of interns.
Yeah.
And mentors. Mentors are three types.
Mm.
Okay. Mentors, senior mentors, and lead mentors.
So there is lead mentor, there is.
See, mentors is for private school,
Mm.
for primary.
Mm.
Okay. Cool. And
So.
a private school is mentor.
Mm.
Senior secondary school is senior mentor. Secondary school. What is that? Lead mentor is for senior secondary school.
Okay, so lead is for senior secondary. Then senior mentor is for secondary.
Yeah.
And then we'll call it as maybe associate mentor, Prabhuji. So mentors are of three types. There's an associate mentor, there's a senior mentor, and there's a lead mentor.
Mentor,
Yeah.
senior mentor,
Yeah.
okay, and lead mentor. He's a leader for all the mentors. Lead mentor.
Huh.
Third one,
But what you said is for primary, there is simply a mentor.
primary simply is called mentor.
Ah,
Okay. Secondary is called senior mentor,
right.
and then for the third level, it's called lead mentor.
Correct. So all are types of mentors.
All are type of mentors.
Because there is a confusion in this naming.
Actually, you can call them as all of them as faculty. You can call us faculty. Faculties of three types. Faculties. Okay. Faculty members. Faculty members of three types.
Ah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Center head is there.
Yeah.
Under him, intern mentors are there. Faculty members are there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then this thing, the assistant, the school assistant.
So
Some it's like more like you can call it an assistant, helper, assistant.
assistant.
Faculty means teacher.
Yeah, faculty. It's a word, we have used some word. Assistant,
Assistant. We'll call them assistants.
okay, assistant. Okay, this is the structure of a center.
Gurukula center.
This is a Gurukula center.
Yeah, this is the Gurukul.
No, that is BK, WK.
Yes.
Biscuits, no?
Huh.
Okay, you can.
No, this is when we talk about the biscuit as a business. So this is where the Gurukul. This is center. So Gurukul has a student, center head. This is the structure.
Guruji, mentors are also the one who will be, who are the prospective, interns are the prospective mentors, right?
Interns are trained for 1 year before they become mentors.
Mentors, okay. So every main mentor will be associated with the intern mentor. Intern mentor will be assisting the main mentor.
Correct.
And then what are faculties?
So total work structure is called faculty.
So these three,
Under
the
faculty.
mentor, senior mentor, and the lead mentor, they're being referred by the term called faculties.
Okay, so basically the mentors are being called as faculties here, right?
Yeah, so the
We'll write
faculties,
the glossary also, Vijayji, somewhere. When you mean faculty, what is faculty? Faculty are mentors, basically.
they're mentors, but because there is a word called mentor for primary school student, see, the one who's going to be dealing with the primary children are going to be called as mentors. The one who's going to be dealing with the secondary school children are going to be called as senior mentor. the one who's going to be dealing with senior secondary is going to be called as lead mentor. So the word mentor is being used here also to refer to them. That's why this group of people are simply being referred as faculty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why if you see these pictures, no, circle and then what is connected to what, you kind of start getting a sense.
And what are assistants?
Assistants are working with the center head for administrative, cleaning, and all
Basically,
this.
admin people, yeah.
Admin people and other activities of the center. So any center will have these three
Staff,
main kinds of
basically, the Gurukula staff is the assistants, not the admin staff.
admin staff, cleaning and
Which
whatever.
includes the security or somebody, everything.
Everything, yeah. Okay, what next, Prabhuji?
Huh?
So
This is Gurukula, okay?
yeah,
Next go to.
so you want to already identify other things that are going to be in the Gurukula. For example, we have some assets.
No, first we will actors will identify.
Okay, sure. Where do you want to go next?
Yeah, we'll go to Gurukula will complete.
Yeah,
Gurukula, this is actually what we call as Gurukula function.
yeah.
So Gurukula business is said, there's a business, Gurukula business.
This is front end.
This is Gurukula.
Front side.
Right.
Okay, so
Vijayji will take screenshots of the. What is that PC?
so this one, what we will do, Gayatriji, we will keep erasing. It is not yet ready. So let it evolve. So, for example, Purna Chaitanya.
Anyways, from the video I can next.
Yeah. Gurukul, lots, third parties. Okay. So now what Prabhuji is saying is we go into Gurukula business. So we'll erase these.
Everybody is on Zoom are able to see.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So far, okay. Are you able to follow that discussion and also whatever that is being scribbled on the board?
Yes, Vijayji. For
Yes,
each
Vijay.
Gurukul, we have this structure.
Okay, all right. Prabhuji, so now we are going to go into Gurukula business.
Yeah.
Gurukul, so this is a function, Gurukula function, and this is Gurukula business.
I would say center, including center head, I would call as every is faculty. Center head also is like principal.
Yeah, like principal, okay. Okay. Business.
Business side, right?
Yeah.
So there is a at the top level, a regional head. Regional head of Gurukula business, region head. It means we can take one region of Bangalore or one region of Karnataka. We don't define region as it may be country also. A regional head. Later it become country head, state head like that.
Okay. So essentially our Gurukuls are organized by regions. At the topmost level, we will see, okay, these are the 5 regions, or the
Yeah.
certain regions have 100 regions.
Business, organization. Business, Gurukul business.
Yeah, Gurukula business. At the top level has regions.
So regions,
Region head.
region heads. Okay. Below the region heads are these people who are that center heads.
So these center heads are connected to region heads. Okay. Yeah.
More for business purpose.
Correct. So from a business viewpoint, this is how the connection is. Okay.
That's all. And below business, that's all. In this.
Guruji, under region heads, then there will be, supposing somebody is
I don't know, actually,
from Karnataka.
No, I'm saying
Then there
region.
will be district.
No,
heads.
region will be so many things.
Yeah.
It can be district, Bangalore South, Bangalore North and all.
Yes.
So all those details will not put now.
As and when things happen.
Yeah.
But to start with, do we have a local head now? Because already there might be today a cluster at R.R. Nagar and another cluster at Indira Nagar. So
No, no, right now we don't have. In my opinion, Sharda will become one.
yeah,
Okay.
one local head, right?
Yeah,
R.R.
one.
Nagar local head.
Yeah.
Region head.
So this is actually region head. Region head. He is called region head franchise business. Franchise business for Gurukul.
So region heads are franchisee owners, is it?
Franchise operation Gurukul. Franchise. He creates the franchise development.
Okay, so the primary focus is franchisee development.
Yeah.
So the region heads are responsible for creating multiple centers.
Correct.
Multiple
Center heads.
multiple center heads, yeah, who in turn are responsible for the multiple center. Okay.
Okay. Then.
Yeah. So the region head primarily is a sales and marketing
He's a
oriented
business person.
business role.
Region can be anything. It can be country. Tomorrow it will be America.
Yeah. Region is a group.
Yeah.
Somebody is responsible for that group.
Yeah.
Okay. So from a business viewpoint, then from a Gurukula business, region head is there. Isn't there at a Gurukula level itself, Prabhuji? Sales and marketing, like what is
That will come to
Biscuit.
organization of JAD. JAD is another organization.
Okay. All right.
So this.
Kids is one organization, JAD is another.
Yeah.
Biscuits is a brand of JAD.
So tomorrow JAD.
Biscuits is not a entity by itself. Legally, JADU is the legal entity. Much like how Right to the Self is a legal entity, JADU is a legal entity. Biscuit is a brand owned by JAD. Just like iReader is a brand owned by Light of the Self.
Okay. So we'll go to now this one. What we call as JAD.
Okay.
Student, the Gurukul parent organization is there. Parent where is coming.
So we have not yet looked into parents, so we can connect the parent here.
Yeah.
At the Gurukula function level.
So we'll actually have to say parent in public at large. Because parent also see, public at also large at see. What I'm saying is these activities, children's website and all. So parents and public.
We may want to separate, no, Prabhuji, because parent role is a lot more involved than a public role.
Yeah, but the parent will be part of Biscuit Gurukula or it will be part of Biscuit Gurukula.
It is part of Biscuit Gurukula, this Gurukula function. Yeah.
Okay.
So here, next to the student, then we can write parent.
Next to the
Student here.
center head.
Next to the center head. So we can kind of have a relationship between them. This is the parent.
Actually, parent is above center head. Parent is above.
Yeah. So that's how the student can even come in.
Parent is above center head.
Yeah. And then there is outside the public also. Public.
What does public mean?
Public is all the people who will see some children's
They
programs.
are not, they are not part of, their kids are not part of the business.
Yeah.
But they are
They
interested
are
people.
called as public,
They are interested people.
So somebody who is shown
but they are
interest.
searching for such kind
And
of.
how do we happen that is
Prospective customers.
could be prospective or somebody could be simply visiting.
Visit
So how do we manage this information is another aspect.
Basically, structure is
Yeah.
above center head is a parent.
Yeah,
Above parent is a public.
correct. Yeah. And it is a public, somebody in the public who becomes the parent. Who enrolls this child into the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one. Now go to JAD.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, if you see this picture, so we'll write JADU below and then connect.
Don't make it hierarchy. Let each bunch a separate
No, what I'm saying is, so this is one universe. Now the JAD universe will come here. So we'll not erase this for now. We'll keep it as is. No. Okay, so what are you seeing in the JADU universe?
JADU?
Yeah, just sit in the chair.
No, it is convenient.
Try first, if it's not.
JADU. Three broad arms.
Okay.
But the details of arms you need, internal details or about the actors in the arm you need.
Yeah, first let's identify all these like big pieces. Then we can deep dive.
Board of director.
So now we're talking about the
Below board of director, CEO. JWO. So CEO.
board. We have board. Then we have CEO. What are the things you are talking about, Guruji? CEO,
CCO.
CCO. Then we have CFO.
CFO. Then we have
CWO or CKO or something.
Chief Wisdom.
CW.
CWO, CEO, CFO, CFO. Then we have what else is there? CFO.
Sales and marketing.
CDO.
CDO is also there. Then we also have the sales and marketing, no? Probably.
Sales and marketing, CMO. Below CMO.
That is directly reporting to
Yeah,
CEO.
actually CMO is there.
Uh,
This is a CDO. Okay, below CEO,
uh,
we'll put one single box or we'll put multiple boxes like that. Because your sales, marketing and all these things are there, no? Admin.
COO. COO.
no, there is no CEO. So Chief.
Kantiji will be equal, reporting to COO if there was one. But there's no COO, it should be reporting to CEO.
CDO.
CDO
That
is
is-
CCO.
That is a CCO.
Okay. Okay, let us take CWO.
Uh.
CWO, below CWO is a complete school organization. We don't know what is that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a Pune school, teachers.
Okay, so right now we are identifying the.
We'll call them as Pune teachers. We don't know the breakup of the organization. Teachers. Okay, below CEO. Sorry. Actually, below CEO, there should be VP, sales and marketing.
So there is no CMO. So the
CMO is actually VP sales and marketing. As she grows, she will become CMO.
for today, our organization is directly CEO.
Right now, current organization. Tomorrow it change.
Okay. VP sales and marketing.
Yeah. VP sales and marketing.
Yeah.
Then we have the director operations.
Director of operations.
Yeah.
You didn't write CDO.
CDO will come.
Here.
What? CDO is Chief Development Officer.
No, chief design officer. Arjun.
Delight.
Should make people happy.
Chief.
Delight officer.
Delight officer. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Board of advisor. Board of director is an advisor. Board of advisors.
So to the board, there is a board of advisors. Is it? To the board, there is a board of advisors.
Yeah, board of advisors will be there.
You know, is it not the board?
No, advisors.
Okay, there's another group called advisors.
Advisors will be there.
Okay.
They are experts. There are various kinds of experts.
They may work with board, they may work with anybody else.
Yeah.
But there's a group of advisors. Okay, yeah.
Below CCO.
Yeah. With a tech organization.
Yeah, that you have to say, no, there are 3 levels separation. As shared below. So VP engineering. Okay. VP engineering. Then AVP engineering. AVP product development.
Okay, so what are you saying, Prabhuji? So under CCO there is VP or SVP?
SVP is not there right now.
So you are talking about VP engineering.
VP engineering. Then parallel, not under. VP product, AVP product development.
See, they come under CEO or CCO.
CCO.
Products.
So then, head AI solution.
Under VP engineering.
Under VP engineering and AI solution.
Is this what you said? Please see here.
Yeah.
CCO, VP engineering, VP
Yeah.
products, and head AI solution. Okay.
VP design will not be there.
Huh?
VP engineering, VP product development, VP integration or design or
And that is all taken care by the engineering group.
architect.
Engineering,
also comes under-
engineering is all
We are
about.
not bringing it, we are making only 3 levels, not many multiple levels.
Okay.
Okay.
So there is CCO, there is a VP, and there are
Developers.
under VP product development also there should be somebody.
Different products.
Developers.
Developers.
AI developers. So AVP under even AI solution and AI developers.
No, so the head of the AI solution is working with the VP engineering or working with the VP products. It's a
Both places.
both.
Both places.
So,
Okay. And the developers are working with the head of the solution, right?
yeah, so in a way it's a cross, they have to work to be able to work with both. Is this the correct picture?
Yeah. Then
Yeah, please see Prabhuji. Is this the correct picture?
VP engineering has AI solution team as well as developers team.
So the VP engineering is
no, actually VP engineering, AI solution and AI developers, both will work under VP engineering.
yeah.
No, not AI developers will also come this side is what he said.
Yeah, AI developers are both sides.
Oh, actually both are both sides, no Guruji.
Yeah, but then to represent it, it's a AI developers, such a team.
What is the difference between VP engineering and VP product?
Product development, yeah. What is the difference?
VP engineering is overall engineering.
Okay.
VP product development, I'm looking at now, AVP product development. To look at the entire product, engineering is engineering aspect, all the processes and back end, everything. Product development, as a product, what is it? Because he's looking for the front end, he's looking for the customer point.
So then under VP engineering, VP products should come.
They're parallel.
See, okay, let's take an example. So now the student app. Okay, so who is the primary customer for Dhavalji? Students. Are they liking it? What should I do? So his viewpoint is all about product. That product, which delivers the user experience. This delivers the user experience. Engineering typically delivers the underlying experience, right? Under the hood experience. And using it under the hood, the product person will deliver the user experience.
Basically, he looks at the finish of the product. Whereas engineering looks at the part of the product.
So Vijayji, can we say how the car looks like is what he will take care?
Yeah.
And it's the working inside the car,
yeah.
the integration,
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
What is engineering?
Is what engineering is. Yeah. We can have a visual like that. And today what we are doing is kind of like exploring the parts of the overall tech organization.
Yeah.
Overall biscuits. In a way, all of us we can say, and today we are doing some engineering activity. We are looking at the parts and the relationship among the parts.
Okay, so I'm done.
Okay, is this picture enough, Prabhuji?
I think so. This block, as we become more amateur, obviously more people may come, more level may come. So
Yeah. Prabhuji, so far so good. Neeta ji, Anupama ji, are you okay so far?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes.
No,
No, Shravan ji hasn't joined.
Nita is in two places.
Are you recording the session, Gayatri ji?
I think I will go.
Not seeing that. That's why I'm-
Yes, recording.
Recording.
It is
Okay,
recorded.
okay. All right, all right.
okay.
Yeah.
So basically, now your role is clear.
Yes.
Your typical product role.
Yes.
Define the product components, product listing. It's like ultimately what a customer gets is a totality.
Correct.
That's what UI is all in my view, right?
Yes.
Whereas engineering is nitty-gritty of that, in terms of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So AV to product development, parallelly it reports CTO. It's not, it doesn't report to C.
Yeah, engineering and products are directly.
They are parallel.
Yeah, parallel process. Yeah.
Okay.
Associate Vice President, right, Prabhuji?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go next.
Yeah, okay, so next, what do you want to pick up, Prabhuji?
Pune I don't know interest, okay?
Yeah, so for now, we've simply kept the Pune Chetana here, under CW.
Sales and marketing organization has external consultants. Okay, what we call as external organizations work with the sales and marketing.
Yeah.
Right? So what we call as consultants.
Hmm.
Between the VP, with the CEO, VP sales and marketing is connected to consultants, external consultants.
VP Sales and Marketing connected to external,
Consultants.
okay. External consultants. For sales and marketing activities, okay.
External consultants.
Yeah.
Consultants. And direct process is connected to external vendors.
Hmm. Can you give an example for this provision?
Let's say some school, external vendors, maybe school ground or a lab.
A gym, lab.
And
sports,
Pune school also will have Pune school below Pune resources. The expert resources.
Yeah.
Actually, expert resources are coming from local people, because yesterday we said local resources.
No, I'm saying there are two types. One is locally available and globally available.
But they have to work with CWO. That's why they are connected to Pune Chetana.
Vijay, that right part, it is not fully seen. Yeah, it's good now. Thank you.
So we wrote this here, expert resources under CW.
Okay, now where does this day comes our is hacker?
AS Hacker.
External vendor. He is also.
External resources.
Yeah. he
So
is
see,
also
just like how you have external vendors for sports and other things, but technology also we have external vendors.
Yeah, but that external vendor comes external expert resources are under Pune Chitra. Under Pune Chitra. This is the education part.
Now, depends upon where you are using the external vendor. See, for example, you may be using Gemini from Google. It's a technology piece that enables. It enables a certain product experience, but that product experience has to be enabled through the technology organization.
So now that is actually the product based now. Now we are speaking of resources. Right? We should not accept let's say Gemini, ChatGPT.
Right, Prabhuji. But see, look at it this way, Prabhuji. See, what is that ultimately Ace Hacker brings? They bring a product. And what will that product deliver? It will deliver certain experience.
Correct.
For who? For some of our, let's say, maybe teachers or students. But that has to be integrated into the product experience, overall product experience. It cannot be a standalone by itself doing something on its own. So in a way, it has to work in this ecosystem in a way that it works well.
Right.
So it also delivers the product experience. So therefore,
So expert resources will come under Punjana, like musician, dancer.
all that is perfectly fine. Educational resources is perfectly fine. The moment it has to get into a technology domain, something that has to be delivered through technology,
Right.
it is part of this universe.
The
Only we can have external vendors
external vendor under CCO.
under CC. Yeah.
They are like consultants, I know, Guruji. They will come, teach there, for example, music teacher, externally she will come for.
Right. Under CCO,
Yeah.
we'll have
External vendors.
external vendors.
So this is the tech
Actually, like tech vendors.
vendors, correct, Prabhuji. Yeah. Otherwise, it will be confusing.
And R&D also.
Yeah. R&D can be separate entity.
No, it under CCO.
Sure, but it is a separate box or external vendors.
It's a R&D,
Tech R&D.
tech vendors.
Huh.
Tech vendors and comma R&D, both together.
External, okay. Okay, let's call it as tech vendors and R&D, correct. Okay, that's a better way.
Tech vendors, R&D. Okay. They will be done.
Yeah. Thank you. Dhavalji, okay. This picture is also okay.
So tech vendors and R&D means, R&D people, what they will be doing?
R&D people will be, you people will be doing today's work, R&D people will be doing tomorrow's work. Today, what technology is not available today. For example, you have a technology to do designs and web work. Okay, tomorrow's technology, you need a AI avatar speaking real time. That you don't have. That tomorrow's work there. What they do tomorrow will be here today.
No. What we do tomorrow?
Will become
Our future.
your future. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next, this is that.
Yeah.
Now we go to what else things? What are the other things you are doing?
So we now have clarity about Gurukula function, JADU. Punesh is now light to the self and the third
Now
party.
latest information there. Latest information is an independent organization. It's loosely coupled this, right? So, or we put this latest foundation connected to Pune.
Primarily, it is connected to CW.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
knowledge is connected to wisdom, because that is where it goes.
Yeah.
So light itself is primarily connected here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biscuits is connected to what? JED, that's all.
Yeah, Biscuits is a brand owned by JEDU, and this is how the Biscuits.
So the first cluster is the first circle, the whole thing is biscuits.
This is all Gurukul, nothing but Biscuit.
Gurukul is biscuits.
Biscuits.
Done. So now next one. We have covered all the partners for all the parties.
I think we've got all the key parties. And
Already vendors and suppliers are same.
Oh, yes.
No, they are giving us something Yeah, both of them are giving us.
So, the students I should write below mentor, right? Student below mentor.
Prabhuji, the student, is more like before they become student, they are with the parents, and then
Correct.
so
So now
in the Gurukula system, they are under the mentors.
mentors, right?
Yeah, under the faculties.
The Circle Google itself is not a part of the database, right? The database name will be Gurukul, and under that, all these tables will come. Supposing we take them as tables, subtables. There will be a student table, and then there will be a center head table like that.
So yeah, we can now zoom into that in different ways. Maybe first we should what we can do is to say, okay, what are the boundaries? So as an example, if let's say we talk about Gurukula operation, we need some table which says what is a Gurukula, right? So Gurukula name, Gurukula address, Gurukula phone number.
Now that there are so many Gurukulas, now there is a Vivekananda Gurukula, tomorrow there will be Gandhi Gurukula,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so therefore Gurukula itself.
No, Gandhi Gurukula, it never come.
Yeah.
So
So
therefore,
like,
there can be a Gurukula table. So therefore, that how do we organize that data? See, now this is more like a structural, as soon as we start talking about our topic, these are all the various things that have already popped up, right? Now, we can start looking at our universe from the standpoint of, okay, how do they function? How do they work? As we start talking about the working, as an example, when you see a car, you see a car at in a signal, you see the wheels, you see everything. But the moment they're moving, there's something else that starts coming into picture. How does you see a different picture? So in a way, similarly, we can start now looking at our whole universe from the standpoint of what all changes happen. We have to identify, okay, student is one entity. But very intuitively, all of us get it. Student is one thing, Gurukul is one thing. So that's why intuitively, right now, as soon as we start writing, all of us are able to connect to this. Okay, so these are all the big pieces. We are able to already see and connect.
Can I walk us through a process for that? So let me know.
Yeah.
Walk us through that.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't begin, Guru.
This can also be in a typical, say, data sciences approach. Can be also, this is how knowledge graph starts appearing in the first cut. Knowledge graph is what? You have a domain of knowledge, and as soon as you see there, it's unknown. Then you start identifying, oh, there is this, there is that. What is this and that? You start giving a name. Oh, this is public, that is parent. So this is your first cut view. There is no precision to this. Okay. As a collective set of humans, all of us are able to say, yeah, it makes sense. But if somebody talks, they may not understand this at all. Tuesday, so that's how it starts. Monday, and this is a knowledge graph. Oh, yeah, okay. First cut knowledge graph. Then we start refining this.
And I'm getting, after 24th, I'm not available. Okay. Basically, these people have gone to talk to Swamiji for a pyramid school room, for a smaller pyramid. Swamiji wants me to give a bigger pyramid. So you want to talk to me. Okay.
Universe is conspiring to
I said 7 Gurukulas are retired. Already 3 Gurukulas are over now. Even before it started. Right? 7 Gurukulas in the first year. So now I have put 250 students. Okay, this is even before I started this thing. 7 Gurukula, 350 students done. I will be done. Then what will be done is
Okay, 350 students.
per Gurukula, I have 20 students. No, I'm saying I started with 250, not 300, 250. Okay, so that's the. Okay, let's go ahead. Next.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, I would like you to proceed first, then I'll.
No, if you feel.
No, it's okay. It's okay. First, you can.
Are we?
Yeah.
This is there anything else here?
No, that's fine.
All the items are covered.
Yes.
Looks like that.
NIS board where it comes, NIS board.
All of that, I would say all of that is under CWOs.
It's a parallel arrangement, not doesn't come.
Yeah, but it is more like connected to CWO primarily.
Yeah.
And legal and other things are connected to CEO, government. So there is a big thing here. Government and regulation.
Yeah, but
Government and regulation.
then I think we put a dotted line boxes instead. We don't put inside the organization.
Yeah. So
Okay?
there is more.
NIS, government organizations, parallel to board organization.
Yeah.
Government agencies. Yeah.
She asked me for 8 bus.
Did I give you 8 pass?
Huh?
Did I?
No, Guruji, but I heard that 7 to 1 to the things there.
Okay. Fair enough. Yes, Vijay, we are done with this.
Yeah.
I think we have covered the very hour.
Is that government and regulation? Guruji, in any of our things now, do we have to complete any government thing?
Yeah, the tax and
No, not the finance part.
No.
Any other thing, because we are not a formal
No,
school
we are-
or anything.
No, we are not complaining.
Guruji, are we, by the way, registering every Gurukula or one particular place as a study center?
No,
Will
study
we have
center, study
ownership?
center.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go next.
So there are multiple branches we can take from here. One of the branch that we could consider is now we can start talking through the life cycle. So, for example, through the life cycle, we start identifying what happens, what are the key entities. So, what we have not done is actors, key actors, but now what is generally called as a ER, entity relationship. Okay, so what are all the key data entities and what is their relationship is another viewpoint that we can bring now. And to get this, one of the way we can start getting the picture is by talking through the stories. Okay, student comes in. Okay, student is there. Student comes in and listens to one of our marketing pitch. Or the student is not a student, so student is a lead. So there is so like that, if you look at the life cycle of a student, the student is initially some kind of a lead. From being a lead becomes some kind of a prospect, and from being a prospect becomes some kind of a actual student, that is a customer. Then becomes maybe, let's say, a graduate. So like that, there's a life cycle associated with our different.
It's the life cycle of a student. From
As
the
an
first
example.
lead, we get a contact number.
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah, how does it go? And at different life cycles, same person
Can
it will be in our system as different types. Initially, when say Sri Ram, initially when he walks in, will be a lead. Later will become say a prospect. Later will become a student. Later will become a graduate. Right. So like that, there are certain
alumni later will become alumni.
alumni. Right. So like that, there is a life cycle. Through the life cycle, their association to us changes. So usually by talking through the stories of different functions that are happening in our universe, we can start identifying these entities and how they are related to something else. So when Sriram is a lead, Sriram gets what? Sriram gets flyer. When Sriram is a student, what he gets? there are tons of things, a course, a class, a event, a competition, a learning activity. So like that, what do they deal with? So the relationship among them. So is what we need to identify. Then we can isolate, okay, all of this makes sense being part of the teacher app. All of this makes sense being part of the student app. And who will be owning this part of the data? Student. But for the teacher, they need to know the student name. But they will get it from the student universe. So like that, we have to start kind of putting boundaries.
What things will cover today? This one, ER will cover.
Yeah, we can go into the year. Yeah.
And after that, we have something else to cover or.
Double dash to close.
I want to add one component to that thinking process, Vijay. So but I want to first wait for you to be done. Then
What is thinking component?
that persona portion, Guruji.
What is persona?
That student persona that we are talking about. So if we think about it in a particular way, then it will allow us to expand even more in all these things in a more structured thinking.
So that we should start with that, or should go to ER?
I'll explain that, but first, if
no, I'm saying time available is now 10:20.
Okay.
One more hour is there.
So ER will be like connecting all the things, or like what will be the.
So
how
we have to transition to so the ultimate outcome
defining more of the
what we should ideally get to is imagine if this is app 1, this is app 2, this is app 3.
What are the features?
What are the key data ownership? Okay, this owns this part of the data, this owns this part of the data, this owns this part of the data. We have to be able to get to that level so that each app team can function independently. They don't have to worry about, okay, who is the owner of this data? Okay, we own this data. How do we maintain this data? All that then becomes isolated to those 2-3 people.
Sure.
So this is the eventual outcome. Will we be able to get to that outcome today itself? Maybe not. That's okay, perfectly okay. Because all of us need to get a clarity of overall universe. But this is what I'm driving at. Once when this comes, then it becomes a very, very, they function independent of that team. Whenever they need this data, they will have some kind of a exposed way of working with each other called as interfaces. If we resolve to this level as a collective, then independently functioning within their sub lines becomes very easy.
Okay.
Is this picture?
Yeah, this is clear to me. Yeah. So so this is for the organization to function, right?
Yeah, primarily right now, we are thinking of these 3 apps: ArtMate, TeachMate, and the StudentMate.
Got it.
What is that they will be responsible for?
Okay, I can still add that component to it.
Yeah.
That will allow us to think in add more structure to this process.
Sure.
Yeah. So I can.
Yeah, please. You can come.
So I will give an example of what I have done in the past.
Yeah.
And we can see how much we can utilize from that.
Vijay, can we take out this one because
It's okay, I can add it.
down?
However, you feel like if you need more space, we can
Yeah.
use this. Yeah. Anyway, we have this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are anyways recording, so we can, if you want, we can. And Guruji has already done it on the.
Okay. So see, this process.
Just take a snap.
This process will allow us to add more context to what we are doing in a little bit of structured way, based on my experience, what I've discovered in the past. So I'll give an example of how it works. Okay, now let's say we create a persona of a person and add some important details like, gender, then address and age. Okay, and health conditions. Now they come and tell us that
I missed something. Can you?
yes, Bharati. So this is called creation of persona, but rather from a user point of view than from a data point of view, where we are gathering information about, contextual information about user. So like this persona is, gender, address, age, health conditions, etc. Okay, now this user comes and tells us that they want a wheelchair. They want a wheelchair. Okay, so we also have the idea that what is it that they want? A wheelchair. Now, what we do further here is that we ask, why do you need this wheelchair? What are your day-to-day activities? Okay, what are the things that you are trying to solve using this wheelchair? So there they can say that, okay, they actually are aged. Their ages are like 70 to 80. So this is a persona of an old person then. We categorize that. Okay. And they have limited mobility. That is why they need wheelchair. So mobility is a concern. Now what we realize, we talk to them that, okay, what is the use that you are going to have with this wheelchair? So they say that, okay, they want to actually go out and meet their friends in a park. Okay. So once we understand that they want to go out and meet their friends, their actual requirement is not wheelchair. Their actual requirement that they want using this wheelchair is going out and meeting the friends in a park. Okay. So we start thinking of things from that perspective. That what it is that will allow them to travel a bit more distance and, be available, use that equipment in all the circumstances and perform their objective. So here what we are getting out of the entire situation is two things. One is the objective and second is the empathy portion. Empathy portion because, we are designing a solution which is within the constraints of their condition.
Shall we take up actual case and do it so that we'll understand? That is a very, very abstract. Actually, very abstract.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. Then what happens is, yeah. Then what happens is that, we say that, okay, although it is a wheelchair that they need, to meet their friends, their real issue that they are facing is isolation. So the problem that they are facing is not that they need a wheelchair. The real problem that they are facing is that of isolation. Okay, and the solution that they need is to resolve isolation. Now we have much more context over, what kind of solution that can be put together for them so that it allows them to fulfill their objective. Once that objective is fulfilled using, within their constraints, then they become happy at the end. So this is, this will say, for example, we at the end up delivering a cane to them.
Cane.
So that, it allows them to be more flexible while they go out and, put it on the side and things like that. So this is persona creation and user interview process and understanding that what it is that we are going to deliver for them based on their constraints. So it's more like user stories. Once we create this persona and the constraints and, all these contexts, then we can create user stories that, okay, he wants to go out. He wants to meet the friends in the park, he or she. He has these conditions. Now what we can do for the solution that will allow us to expand much more on the data side, that these are the things that we need to add in the data.
So basically, every student comes with a different story. See, he's not coming for the same reason to our Google.
Correct.
So we have to capture those stories and then, give him a flexible
Story we have to create. Stories are what we need to create.
Yes.
We need to capture the demographics and their constraints, their requirements, their complaints.
He may not know a few things.
Exactly.
You should be able to find out.
It's like
what is
doctor
it
listening to a patient, right? Doctor thinks that patient thinks that this is the problem, but doctor knows that there is something else might be the problem and what we need to solve for.
that usually has to.
So this process will allow us to create a lot of user stories.
Basically, you're trying to find the avidya.
Yes.
So
In-
students are like patients or
Yeah.
persons
Yes.
who are
Okay, now,
handicapped.
now,
How is this, important for building our whole
Data?
system?
Because what will happen, see, once you have the user stories, that how user will come into the system, what they will do in their day to day. This is like, this is like creating their day to day stories. This is like, a student will do this, student will do that. So then we have day to day understanding of what they are doing based on their, what is it that is most important to them? What is it that is not so much important to them? So all those things we have clear understanding. Once that is there, we will be able to say create a mock or quickly create this thing that
basically,
what is the solution
for
to it?
for your this thing, it becomes prompts.
Yes. So
I think, so user experience is based on the user stories. what
correct,
you
correct. First we figure out the user stories, then we create the user experience.
said. Yeah,
Now,
very.
is this ER one level below this or one level above?
Yeah, that is like I wanted to add this wherever it is useful, please.
Yeah.
So it is like, okay, so let's look at it this way. You can come from this way or come from this way, right? It is not that, either of them is correct.
No,
It is that-
not correct.
Uh,
See, structurally, ER is above. and the-
Structurally, ER is fundamental because data is fundamental.
Okay.
So first we have to get a view of the data,
then
and then we can also, we will have
Will
to
you get-
superimpose with the user story.
you have data without persona.
No, because persona is also a data at the end of the day.
So fine. Now today, let's focus on ER now.
Okay.
Then we'll take persona.
Yeah, both are necessary.
Yes, yes.
We have to superimpose it later
Yeah.
and see whether it's
So,
missing anything.
Now, next hour, 1 hour, we can complete persona, get to,
Yeah.
get to ER.
To a large extent,
Let's do that.
Let's attempt that.
Let's do.
So, we can take our very crude approach, which is now that we've talked about 3 apps, student app, teacher app, and ops app. So let's take one of the app to kind of, do a little deep dive into. It's not the right approach, but let's begin with that because it is easier to relate to for all of us. We'll be able to talk in terms of features. Then, we will start seeing the data emerge through them. Which app do we want to pick up now? Student app or teacher app? Which app? Student app?
Since she is there, her
Teacher
teacher
app.
would be more relevant for her.
Prabhuji, teacher app or student app? Which way do you want to
Let's
start?
start with teacher.
Teacher app? Okay. So I'm going to erase all of this. Yeah. So the goal is, like I said again, now we are going to look into something called as an app. An app is what? Is something through which, your users, who are your users? Teachers, are to complete whatever their main work is,
Should
right?
make their job easy.
Make their job easy and exciting. That's the whole idea of the teacher app. And what needs to be there for that is what we look into now.
Vijay ji,
Yeah.
here are we using 3 apps separately for teachers, students as well as operators, or one app which is having 3 views?
For now, let us think of it like 3 distinct apps. They
Okay.
are independent of each other. They may share data, but they are independent of each other because each one has to cater to different kinds of users. Like how Dhavalji was saying, the experience has to be totally different for each one of them.
Okay. Okay, Vijayji.
Okay. Yeah. So now, teacher app. So now if let's say we start thinking of teacher app, what all things, we can start identifying.
Problem.
Yeah. Main concepts in the, when we think of teacher app, what are the key concepts? So just to see, we immediately can say, okay, there has to be something called a teacher in the teacher app. Then what else? A maker teacher and an approver teacher. What are they making and approving? They're making and approving, say, some kind of a syllabus. So we can think of syllabus as another key concept.
Content, yeah.
Yeah, syllabus or content, right? This is the primary level. And how does the syllabus break into? Syllabus itself breaks into, and the syllabus, above the syllabus, there is our current standard structure is there, which is class wise, right? So there is a class. So syllabus is for a class. Class is above the syllabus. And then syllabus itself is for a given subject. And then for the given subject, the syllabus takes the shape of, broadly, if you think about it, takes the shape of learning content, that is nothing but teaching content. Okay, what I want to teach the students. And there is something which is connected to how I want to assess the students' learning. That's all, no, that is there. As far as the content is concerned, that as a teacher, I need to be worried about. There's a learning content and there is a assessment content, broadly. The subject is broken into
Tracking, no. Assessment, tracking the student, that is not a,
that is part of the assessment, no?
okay, comes
As the assessment. So now this is what I would have created as a teacher. Then I need to associate for every student. What is the current learning level of the student?
Teacher is, what did you say? The teacher has a.
So there are two kinds of teachers that we can think of: a maker and an approver. Maker is somebody who creates that particular, whatever, let's say the content for a given section. An approver is someone who reviews that and says, yeah, it's okay to be approved or to be delivered. Generally, when you think of content, that is crucial, because at the end of the day, what is the main thing that we are delivering to our audience, which is the students, is this learning experience, right? And that learning experience is going to be through whatever these teachers are creating. So it is not just one person who's simply thinking, okay, I will just create this.
maker is like Rajita ji, right?
That's it.
Okay, maker, so we can say content creator is.
Let's take a particular example. Let's say 5th grade science. Okay, because science may be closer to Rajita's heart. Yeah. So let's say 5th grade science. Let's say she comes and says that, okay, 5th grade science, according to NIOS, has, for the sake of simplicity, light, magnetism, electricity. Okay.
Yeah.
In light, this is the outcome that the NIOS syllabus specifies. And here are the 3 textbooks and 3 lessons that they have specified. So all that she already knows. Now, what is her focus in biscuits?
She will do the lesson plan, the assignments and the projects and quiz and everything for that.
Yeah, if you really look at whatever you just now said, it's of 2 types. One type is, how the student can learn, because it's still learning it, no?
Video, audio, PPTs, that is the learning
That's
content and assessment content, yeah.
Right.
Assessment is quizzes or assignments or projects.
All of them are nothing but assessment to enhance the learning that has happened. Correct? So now, as a teacher, what she will have to do, as a teacher, she will have to come and think about, okay, what is the best way this light concept can be learned? Okay, textbook already simply makes it as a statement. Light travels at this speed. Okay, just facts, like information. But she, as a innovative teacher of biscuit, she thinks, okay, how do I create a curiosity in the child to go and explore more about light speed.
So that is already done by Purna Chetana, right? They said they have all the content ready.
No, as in now you're
Suppose
imagine her as
she
a
is also
teacher.
Purna Chetana
See,
teacher.
imagine
Yeah,
her as a
yeah,
teacher.
yeah.
This is what she is thinking. now.
Okay, then who is the approver here?
Wait, what is the maybe principal?
Right? Now, like that, now she has to start thinking. No, she has to start thinking about, okay, how do I create curiosity to my children?
Yeah.
Okay, I will show them this video. She thinks, okay, she puts that video. Okay, so there's a video, and then she puts some say text, and she puts some quiz. She
Got
thinks
it,
this is
got it.
great. Okay,
Got it.
it goes to
Go and make a difference.
no, wait, wait. This goes to our Darshanji. Darshanji says there is a calm person in the video. We cannot, right? So like that, an approval
Yes,
is
yes,
needed
yes.
because there is a
Yes.
certain cultural
have
and
a-
other sensitivity that may not necessarily be
Meet their
completely.
policies and guidelines.
Not only for that, even from a learning standpoint, she may think this question is really great for this child. But an approver will come from a neutral viewpoint, may say that, this question for at this age level may not be appropriate. So like that,
Something.
some kind of a exchange has to happen.
This course creation can happen by anyone, but it will percolate all the way to, the central course where it will be available for others to use as well, or like this is more like class specific.
Who is other to use this other speech where?
Outside Gurukula.
No. Within Gurukula, but let's say Rajita's class, then she has some content, additional content. Is it like it is only for your class or for other classes as well? Like how?
Other teachers.
Other teachers.
Share, not outside.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's clear.
Yeah.
The second is class, what is this class business?
Class is nothing but 5th grade, 6th grade. Should we call it as grade? Because the content.
The class is primary, secondary and senior secondary, three things.
Three.
Yeah. And under that there is a grade. Right, Prabhuji?
Huh?
Under that there
What
is
is
a
the grade?
5th grade, 6th
Yeah.
grade.
Only? It's like a primary, secondary, senior secondary.
Okay.
In that, this primary, secondary, they may go to first year and second year. It's not a grade of this, our
Regular school.
regular school.
So, like you want to use the NS jargon only because they also call it as secondary, senior secondary,
Yeah, that's it, that's it.
primary, middle school.
Senior secondary. So this is the class. Under that we have content provision. Because the content is being created for a particular class and a particular year. Okay, that is what the syllabus is. So this is another main important thing. What is our
This
syllabus?
particular year
Is valid, no? Because at the end of the day, she has to think in terms of, okay, I'm creating it for primary. Primary is what? Year 1, year 2, year 3. Okay, in that, what is the main outcome that I want?
What is year? Even academic year?
No, class. A class has three, primary, secondary. Then class is a branch called syllabus also you are speaking of.
Correct. The syllabus is connected to, it is connected to either a primary class.
No, it comes below primary or it's not what is it? Class.
That table.
Okay, all right. So maybe we'll look at it like a hierarchy, then it will be easier. Okay, so we have class. Okay, under class we have, say, primary. Then we have secondary. Then we may have senior secondary. Correct?
Perfect.
Okay. Now, under primary, it is not just one single group of syllabus. Under primary, you are still going to organize it into years or some other division, no?
What is years? That's what
No.
age. You mean age?
Not age.
No, not it.
What is
Say,
here?
The subjects are, it's like not years. It's a subject, science, technology, entrepreneurship, arts,
Streams.
maths,
Correct.
and self-government.
Correct.
That's the.
That's our main.
That's all.
That's
Streams
all.
only.
Correct.
Okay.
Huh.
It's not a grade there.
Huh.
Streams itself may have learning levels.
Okay, level two.
Level two.
Now, within primary, is it like, STEAM level 1?
Beginner,
No.
intermediate.
In primary, streams level 1 or level 2 will be there.
Yeah.
Second streams level 2, 3.
Yeah.
4, 5, like that.
Yeah, exactly. So for every this major group, we are associating our streams level. Correct? So there can be two possible levels or three possible levels. What is that?
Three levels, Guruji, or rather, here it will come from JG. Streams level 1, streams level 2, streams level 3, that's all.
Under primary, only 2 levels. It's
Why?
possible. Basic and
Hey, it is just first class to third class here. How many levels?
under
are there?
primary, I think only one stream.
So what is the current thinking? So we don't have to get worried about it right away. But
No, it's important because the moment we start creating the content, we should know that levels accordingly will start creating the content.
Basically, what did he say? We
Hey,
say.
what I'm saying is streams will be at 3 levels, Guruji. Level 1, level 2, level 3.
Correct, that's all.
But or should it be under primary, level 1, level 2, level
No,
3?
no.
No, it
Primary is level 1, secondary is level 2, secondary is level 3.
that's all. So streams. So this person is streams level 1, level 2, level 3. Nothing but which maps to primary, secondary, senior secondary.
See, but the content, supposing we take secondary, here it is 5th class to 8th class, no Vijayji? Okay, what 5th class guy is learning and what a 8th class guy learning is same is what you are saying in a secondary?
No, streams level 1 has something different, level 2 is something different.
Yeah, supposing I am taking only secondary, which is streams level 2.
Okay.
But here, there is a age group from 5th class to 8th class in secondary.
Correct.
In this, you are saying the same content is learned by 5th class guy and 8th class guy.
Not content,
Then he can't write the 8th class thing.
not the content.
No, it gets closed automatically.
It's a window.
That's spring, yeah.
Okay. So streams.
See,
No,
for
see.
this primary, it holds good. First class, third class guy, second class guy, they'll have same content. But when you are going into upper classes, what a 5th class guy is learning is very lower than what a 8th class guy is learning. If you
No,
see
that's
the syllabus,
different level now.
and it has various textbooks for each class.
It's not level now.
That's what. So under secondary, you should have levels. Maybe primary doesn't.
No, we don't want to break it levels now. It's a secondary is one level.
Yeah, Guruji, but then are you making it with reference to 8th class grade or are you making with level to 5th class grade?
8th class grade.
8th class grade, how can a 5th class guy grasp? And if he is not able to grasp, he'll get inferiority complex.
Right. So here, streams is the right. There will be some more subjects as language, history, and all of that.
That's all okay, Guruji. That is something which any student can do by himself. But when it comes to streams, which is the main thing, especially science, 8th class guy learning science and 5th class guy learning science cannot have the same content, both of them.
Okay, Gayatriji, let me draw this picture. I think, see, if you really think about NIOS, it starts from, okay, up.
12th, next is 12th.
Okay. So we have essentially 12 divisions in the syllabus as far as NIOS is concerned.
Yeah.
And we are essentially, we have to offer this 12 equivalent in these 3. Correct?
Yeah.
Fundamentally.
Yeah.
So the crudest way of thinking is 3 into 4. So every, this major group has 4 of these mappings. That's how you can think about it. Right? So it's nothing but in primary, NIOS 1 to 4 equivalent is offered. In secondary, 5th to 8th is offered. Here 9th to 12th is offered.
So basically, we need to be age group. For our purpose, current purpose, we'll say age with 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, like that, maybe make it age groups, although we don't have classes.
Yeah.
It's age itself becomes an indicator.
So this is Prabhuji, whatever NIOS says as grade 1 to grade 4 syllabus.
Correct.
And who is eligible to take? According to NIOS, it is age 7 to
Yeah, NIOS divides it based on age.
age. For us, it is capability, right? As long as somebody comes and let's assume, we have an assessment and the assessment says that this student can already take our, as I'm just giving an example, secondary, then they start here.
Yeah, no, my question is, okay, fine. That secondary is marked to 5th, 6th to 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
How do you give the syllabus on this? How do you give the combined syllabus?
No, very simple. So whatever is in the 5th grade, if let's say today I'm starting secondary, I'm starting today, 5th class. Then according to in the streams, science, let's take science. So what she will be in putting in the system, the first day I will be learning whatever is the 5th grade equivalent. First, it may not be broken into like that, but she will be giving
So we
me.
have to make content from first class to 12th class every year.
We'll say first
Then
class,
how
second.
do you integrate streams into this NIS content?
No, streams is physics. First is.
Science, technology,
You don't
engineering.
say streams. Streams is for communication purpose.
Yeah.
Basically, we have a syllabus ready. First grade, second grade.
Exactly. See, today when I come in, the
So
system
all
will
12 classes, we have to make the content. That
Streams.
is what is important for
Streams
us.
is continuing.
Teams, forget it, Vijayji. Now, are we talking about NIS syllabus or streams?
No, NIS syllabus.
See, Vijayji, tomorrow some student might come and he will say, I don't want streams. I want to pick up social from NIS, which is not a part of.
Illamma, our core offering or our content
So
thinking.
somebody is not wanting streams, you will not give him
The
admission.
answer is simple. First, primary is syllabus from first to fifth. Whatever the syllabus is, that's it.
Yeah, correct.
Don't compare NIS schemes or something.
It's yeah.
We will come with music, dance, or song also.
Yeah.
Right, the whole thing about NIS is Guruji, subject flexibility, right? I want to do so,
No, I'm saying this is our definition of subjects. This is-
okay, whether he has to decide whether he wants to fit into this one or not fit into this one,
There is
right?
no question of
So
that.
ours is a rigid syllabus.
No, it's not rigid. We have
Streams, right? We have defined that these are the subjects we are teaching.
keep the word streams separately.
Okay,
So,
NIS syllabus.
No, they're not.
NIS syllabus is not so easy.
Leave it now. A Purna Chetana will come out with a syllabus of its own. It takes a masala from Purna this thing. It will take from Taj Mahal, it's not built by this guy. So we have our own syllabus. But syllabus from first to fifth is what we are saying.
No, what I am saying is Guruji, Purna Chetana syllabus is fine if I am taking CBSE, subjects are fixed there.
No,
NIS subjects are not fixed. I will take a subject which Purna Chetana is.
no, we are neither taking CBSE, we are not taking NIS also. We are taking Chaucho Masala made by us. Actually, I want.
But he has to write a board
I'm
exam.
saying for that, what is required is there, no?
Guruji, I will take agricultural farming in my 5th class because NIS is offering that subject.
Syllabus here we are referring to what syllabus we are offering. Out of the NOS is part of that, that's all.
Gayatri is very simple. Any university you go.
So student is not having a flexible
No,
yeah,
no,
choice to select the
No,
subjects.
you are mixing up, you are mixing up, you are mixing up.
No, that's how NIS works, sir. That's why I'm saying.
Do not mix up NIS, do not mix up CBSE, do not mix up anything.
CBSE, I'm not,
Okay.
it's out of picture.
Okay, Gayatri is simple. Prabhuji is sitting, having serious NIS book, this thing. Prabhuji says, this is the student syllabus for group of students. Where 4 chapters of NIS, 6 chapters of me is there. So 4 chapters of NIS will go to exams. 6 chapters of Prabhuji Vedanta will not go to.
Yeah, your 4 chapters of NIS is fixed by you, is your 4 subjects of NIS is fixed by you, is what I'm saying.
What I'm offering.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to do a subject which you are not offering, I cannot join.
You cannot try, definitely.
Okay,
Why will have to whether carpentry and all this will not, no,
yes.
we can't.
So there will be a
this-
set roster of subjects, Gayatri ji. There is a set roster of subjects. For example, science is one roster. Science is one major topic. Technology is one major thing. So like that, we have a n number of subjects that we offer.
This is.
Over
No,
these-
we offer only these subjects.
We offer this many, no, we cannot offer infinite,
So
no.
what do you say, how does, supposing you say in your streams, E is engineering, right?
Is yeah.
Engineering, which
No, no.
subjects do you map to NIS in engineering?
No, yeah, Gayatri, you don't mix up at all. Okay, do not confuse what we are telling to society and what we are. We have a syllabus cooked up by Prabhuji. So which will allow people to mix NIS at the same time, the plot, Vedanta, spirituality.
So I think what we need to do, Guruji, is provide the bare minimum that is required to clear the NIOS exams,
See,
but at the same time,
and simple.
Hmm.
Between the primary, secondary, this thing, he'll study this much.
yes.
Out of that, NIS is this much. Prabhuji will take NIS from this much. And rest he will come put all masala. So that's our competence. All, everything will come here. So we are not, NIS for current society, NIS certificate, but that's only for 25%, 30%.
He has to appear the board exam, right?
Gayatri ji, it's very simple, Amma.
5th board exam, 8th board
No,
exam.
listen, it's very simple. Atreya Aditya took Atreya took NIOS exam,
Yes.
and he studied in Samvida. In Samvida, they had their own curriculum. But last 3 months, 4 months, they focused on how do you crack the NIOS. And whatever it had been taught enabled him to appear for this exam also. So think in that direction.
Okay.
So don't think that we are modeling our subjects.
We are not speaking of NIOS, we are speaking of syllabus by this group.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
Parents are always worried about
Are they-
marks they get in the NS code end of the day, that's all.
They are confusing, right?
I'm not confused.
What we
We
are-
are looking for a parent point.
And parent point of saying streams. Parent point of saying science, technology, art, medicine. I'm not giving important spirituality also. For parents point of view, spirituality is background for me. But for me, spirituality is more. Okay, parents if it is all
If
spirituality,
they
they will
don't
not
get marks, they will remove from Gurukula.
let
See,
them.
how do you think Guruji, they will assess their children? For them, marks is the only way to say, oh, my
Why
child
have you
is.
changed, Gayatri? Why are you're mixing up? Then why are you happening to school?
We are creating something new.
Parents are not.
One stage only they'll come to our Gurukula, otherwise she will not come.
Now, 20 people are already enrolling. Why they are enrolling?
They don't know.
No. Listen to the beauty of this.
No.
Without even knowing exactly the content they are signing up means what?
So,
They have
means
trust with Guruji.
they are coming, they trust that Guru, you need
Yes,
something.
yes.
I need some masala, okay? So they are eating.
Yeah,
Okay.
with what kind of degree of information did you enter into Vedanta class? How much did you know about
See,
Vedanta?
Vedanta is a universal
Hey,
topic.
come on, same thing.
You don't know Vedanta spelling very
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes,
Don't
yes,
just say all those things.
Yeah, we
Ah.
give
So,
as a.
now in hindsight, yeah, correct. What was done was correct.
Gayatri, I'll tell you.
Ah.
Within 2-3 years, this will multiply so much. People will come to this and they will start, the other schools to lose their business.
I
I'm
can.
saying that there will be other hardcore people, I want this brand and all. Other than that, we'll lose. We are going to hit at the bottom of the people. And see, we are giving something valuable. That value, if people appreciate value, is there. Now, this syllabus when you speak of is neither language nor streams. That's for commitment to the society. For me, it is this syllabus which is prepared by Prabhuji sitting with Darshan. Okay. So Taj Mahal there will not be built by Shah Jahan. Taj Mahal will be built by Taj Mahal was a temple.
No. The temple was desecrated on top of it. Taj Mahal is-
That's a Shiva temple. It's called Tejo Mahal. So that is
Yeah, that part I understood, yeah.
okay. Next, okay. So Vijay,
Ah.
primary, secondary, this thing.
Yeah.
Our below that is just a syllabus. Syllabus for
Yeah, so nothing but there are subjects.
subjects.
So so now Guruji, one thing that I want clarity on this. So primary is broken into multiple, say, grades or ages or whatever you want to call it as.
Yeah, it will be.
It'll be.
It will be.
So what do you want to call it as?
We want to call it as levels.
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 Perfect. So there are 4 levels in each main, say class. Class is segregated into,
Yeah,
what
each one has four levels. Huh?
yeah. What do you want to call this primary, secondary, senior secondary?
No, that's the name for from this
That
point of
is
view.
correct.
That's correct one.
That's
That's the top
correct.
level.
Hmm.
Class is primary, secondary,
Senior secondary. Under that we'll have four levels. Each one will have 4 levels, which are 4 classes.
Okay. So
Four
this one
grades.
will have, so this is L1, L2, like that, all the way till L12. Correct? Huh? By the time they complete, they are at level 12. That's the
Don't
idea.
mix up this thing, level 1 to level. Each has 4 levels. You don't have to add numbers.
Oh, okay, incrementally. Okay, so each one has simply L1 to L4. Correct. Primary L1, primary L4, secondary L1. Okay, great, yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, so now we got that clarity. So which means that the syllabus, whatever will be offered in L1 of primary, would have been identified by our teachers. Okay, so maybe it is a combination of some little bit of science, more of arts, and that all that is a how the child psychology is at this stage.
So here also, Vijayji, under primary, content is divided into two parts. One is NIS content, another is our content. Schools content. No, for our sake, I'm telling.
I'm saying, our sake, I'm making the syllabus. Prabhuji will make syllabus one line.
Yeah, you will make the syllabus, Guruji, for her to start with. Should she start with NIS? Where should she start? Where is the content?
She will start with the syllabus. You only darshan. That's not, darshan will say, this is the syllabus. First chapter there is NIS. Second chapter is Tata.
Okay, you call this syllabus, what do we call in a database the syllabus given by you? See,
Anyway, it's going to become a discrete syllabus for primary L1. That's what we will call.
In L1, there will be some subjects given by Darshan. And Guruji will be giving his own subjects, right?
Forget about all of that, Amma. At the end of the day, let's say she's a teacher. She'll be given a list of topics. In science, these are the 10 topics you need to cover for primary L1.
Then Guruji will from spirituality, these are the 10 topics that here.
All of that will be coming to her. No, she's a science teacher. Let's assume Dhavalji is a spirituality
Okay,
teacher.
for each grade, you will again make a separate syllabus, right?
We are going to give a syllabus. The syllabus is made by Gurukula. So that it may have NIS, it may have darshan, it may have Prabhuji. So this is our syllabus for 5th standard. It's our own syllabus.
Correct.
And we should also make sure that the person is able to finish the syllabus in 1 year.
Don't worry, that is the job of darshan here. Why should we worry about our job is technology? So whether he is finished 1 year or 2 years, darshan will ensure.
So what is she doing? She is giving the technology for them to create the content, right?
That's all.
She will provide the.
That's all.
Okay.
You are a peacemaker. For you, it doesn't matter what.
Information comes.
So who is Darshan?
Darshan is the CEO of Pondicherry.
He's coming next Tuesday.
But Tuesday is there. Tuesday, Wednesday, he may be there.
We are discussing this only so that, our tool makers are aware of what is happening.
What is
Otherwise,
happening?
why are we breaking our head on the syllabus? We
Yeah,
should
yeah.
not. Yeah.
Good.
So basically, primary school, we will put it this way. Primary school, there are 4 levels, and each level has some subjects.
Correct.
Or subjects are there?
Subjects is there and then topics is there.
No. Levels is above and subjects below.
Levels is above.
Yeah.
And in that level, there are 5 subjects or 6 subjects, whatever.
Yes.
So you have level. Level leads to subjects. Subjects. And each subject has topics.
Each subject will have lessons.
Okay, you want to call it as lesson, it's okay. However, you want to organize that.
Topics or chapters. That's what you're saying, right? Okay. Yeah,
No,
chapters.
that next level of organization under a given subject for a given level.
Why we are using these terms is that teachers have to finally understand the terms that we are using. So
today we
these are
cannot all
commonly
be
used terms.
No, I'm giving the subject. I'm there to give the term.
Yeah,
Okay. So under subjects, yes, topics will be there.
yeah.
No. Under subjects. Okay. So there will be topics. For each topic, there will be projects.
So under subjects, there will be topics.
Under topics, projects.
Okay. This is a project-based learning.
Okay. Under topics, directly there are collection of projects.
Yeah. The projects are below the subjects.
Okay. Okay.
So below the subjects, they say projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these projects and all is what we have to build.
No.
Yeah, projects is what we don't put it is.
Pondicherry already doing.
You have to give them the right kind of tools and
So currently it is there in their.
they already have lot of projects.
Projects, their
See,
teachers
their
have
specialty
identified
is-
lot of creative projects.
Creative projects is their specialty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole specialty of this thing, the novel, it's not about the syllabus. It's not about the NIS. It is how we make children understand through various experiences.
Yeah.
That is their skill.
Got it.
Children do a lot of activities by learning.
And they are currently physically performing those projects.
Yes, at Purna.
Maybe, you have not yet visited, no? Maybe next time when there is a chance,
Yeah.
please visit and see them in action. It's amazing.
And they have documented it, or they are like
No, not document, not your this thing, what is that?
Okay.
They are not digital, they are manual based, okay, document.
For example, if a student want to learn countries, their capitals, they will make the student to do hands-on with the math, puzzle things and so that they can remember for a long time. But whereas in conventional schooling, just
They
by
just
heart,
tell
by
that.
heart.
Remember.
India, Delhi, that is little by heart.
Below the subjects, it will be
Projects.
projects.
Topics and subjects.
Topics. Okay, topics. Below the topics, there will be
Project.
quizzes. Below the subject, there will be quizzes also.
So project will have learning content and assessment content, Prabhuji.
Below subjects, topics will be there.
And below topics, there are projects.
So below topics, there will be projects. Correct.
By doing those projects, what the child will learn and how to assess the child.
Correct. So there's a learning that has to happen. To do the project, they have to learn something. So Prabhuji, then under project, there has to be some kind of a learning content. And assessment content. In a way, project itself is assessment, but there's also before that is learning and assessment.
Outcome of the project. After doing that project, what the child has learned and how to assess.
How to assess that. Is also should be associated with the project. Correct.
Outcome. What is it?
Assessment. Learning, assessment.
And assessment.
Yeah.
In the process of building that project, what the child has learned, how to assess.
Okay. Done.
Okay. Neeta ji, Anupama ji, so far so good?
Yes, Vijayji.
Okay. Sorry, you couldn't be part of the excitement that is happening here.
No, actually, even we had the same doubt like Gayatri ji had actually.
Okay, your doubt is resolved or is it still there?
Almost resolved.
Almost, so which means that there is still some bit.
Yeah, maybe as Prabhuji said, as the years pass on, the days pass on, we'll have an idea like how is the like curriculum or syllabus going on inside. Then we may understand, I guess.
Confusing. See,
Hmm.
our syllabus is whatever is there, it is fixed by Prabhuji. Okay. What we tell parents is NIS, but ultimately is fixed by Prabhuji finally. Okay.
Okay.
All right. NIS is the right exam, but syllabus is more than that NIS they study. So you don't worry about syllabus. What you worry is how to take syllabus and make it into something children can understand.
So they need.
So, Prabhuji, is saying that you'll be creating a syllabus in such a way that they can clear the NIOS, I mean the board exam, as well as they can achieve something which they can go in like beyond that.
You are not creating anything. You are just providing a tool, right?
No, I'm saying you are creating a syllabus like that for the children's.
Syllabus by which they study NIOS, they study Vedanta. Okay. Vedanta is not there in NIOS. I am giving them Bhagavad Gita. How to apply Bhagavad Gita? Syllabus is Prabhuji's syllabus, which is out of that NIOS is 2 chapters. Whatever question.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji.
Anupama ji, you are also clear?
I am clear, Vijayji. It is like just found on Guruji. Then it is like go to AVSC class. Yes, I joined AVSC class. I don't need to bother about whether I am studying DDK or Viveka Chudamani. That comes instantly after one level.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, that's the simplest way to put it.
Sorry, better. Okay. Okay, done.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So now we have the segregation of the classes, the topics that they're going to learn and how they're going to learn also has come up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, who is where? What are they doing? Are the obvious questions, right? This is your, you already have all of this topics, class, everything is ready. But somebody has to come and consume, no? That is your student. So every student, we have to know, okay, where is the student? Okay, he's in primary level 1. Okay, today what is he doing? What is he supposed to do? What has he already done? So all of that information also has to be captured. So there has to be some kind of a student, okay, and his admission related details, right? That is all about as he paid PE, as he paid the fees, who is his parent.
Since now, syllabus over. Now we are going to administration related.
No, student, because who is going to consume this?
So we started with teacher, Guruji. Now we are moving to student because teacher and student have to be connected finally.
Now,
Relationship
student,
has to be
okay.
established.
Because this information has to come to the teacher, no? That's why I'm bringing the students
Here, in this area, what is the subject matter?
This is the subject matter. We are still talking about the teacher app, Prabhuji. We have not left the teacher app domain.
Yeah.
We're still in the teacher app domain only.
So in this teacher app, where does the student data come into picture is what you are telling.
Yes, because at the end of the day, she is a teacher. She has constructed something. How does she know? How does she know that it is working correctly? How does she know that what needs to be modified? How does she know what kind of questions have been raised by her students? Why have they raised that? Is it valid? So something like that has to be constantly fed into the teacher, no? Yeah. Isn't that correct, Prabhuji? That's why now we need to understand a little bit about student from the standpoint of the teacher. The student in the student app itself is going to have its own other journey. Right? Okay, so therefore now we're talking about the student. So the student.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Vijayji. So student is also one entity, like teacher, first we need to identify what are the roles of a teacher.
Yeah.
So
Which we have said, there are two kinds of teachers. There's a maker and there's an approver teacher. Yeah.
So these things, subjects and all, that is maker.
This is a primarily maker. There will be some kind of a workflow. As soon as the maker, Rajita, she hits submit. And then Darshanji, Prabhuji, somebody will look at it and say, yeah, this is good, approve. And now this goes into something that it can actually be sent to the students. So now it is ready. Yeah.
So Vijayji, there is a whole lot of teacher data, there is a whole lot of student data. You are talking about that student
intersection
data now, which is coming as a part of teacher
Data, correct.
But there is again, you are not covering this entire thing now.
No,
That is a different thing.
we will have to think about that separately. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now, from a teacher viewpoint, because her primary concern is what am I teaching, which is what we have covered already. Who am I teaching? So the who am I teaching is the student, correct? And about the student, what are the different kinds of information that the teacher is interested in? So, which grade? Right? So is it in the primary, L1?
Which grade and which,
And then
which level?
what topics? Yeah, which grade, level, all that information.
Okay, grades level. Yeah. What topic?
What topics and how they have done.
Performance or
Right.
assessment.
Yeah, right. These are the three primary concerns, no? And through that, how can I continue to improve?
Student, what is the question? Student, hierarchically, student what?
So from a student, a teacher, about the student, what do they care about? Which student, which grade or level they are in, what are topics they have covered, which is nothing but this whole entire hierarchy of the subject, topic, and everything, and how they have done
Their performance.
their performance.
Their performance and here, even will the teacher be concerned about the overall development personality, like
No, no,
mentoring, counseling, everything, how is it going with the student? That is
No,
not.
right now we're talking in the context of a particular subject.
Syllabus, yeah.
In this
Academic
question, a science teacher,
Ah,
as a science teacher,
science.
I may not really worry about the spiritual quotient of the child. As a science teacher,
EQ, SQ, that will not come into.
for now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she has a very
The syllabus will be, our, this thing, right? Yeah, will create question, it will bring out EQ. The teacher is not concerned, teacher is concerned with subject matter. I'll tell AI machine, okay, tell me this particular subject has to be presented to a person, child, and frame questions, frame topic in such a way that emotional intelligence comes out.
So together, everything we should.
So that should the teacher be, informed about how did it perform in that AI machine's EQ quiz?
No, that will be quiz will be there. Now quiz will be available by AI machine.
Okay.
Finally, give a report.
Yeah, because end of the day,
so as a teacher, she will look at that report and say, oh, this is what was asked and is it relevant? So some of these things, see, we also have to identify when it comes to what is the learning content that the student actually looks at and what is the assessment content that the student actually looks at. Should it have been approved by the teacher? Is initially it will be approved by the teacher. So therefore, when the teacher, when the AI machine is asking, the AI is going to work only in the constraint of what the teacher has done, which has been approved by the, say, Darshanji, right? So now she is interested in, is it actually creating that impact? The AI is the primary vehicle.
yeah, that's how she, this part, how will the teacher know whether the student is making an impact on the student?
That is the beauty of what we need to figure out now in terms of, okay, what are the kinds of signals that she should be looking for?
Yeah.
As a simple example, in a typical school, rank is given as a signal. Rank, right?
Here, how will the teacher?
They have the evaluation model. Evaluation model output will be there.
And that is what we will have to implement in our system. What kind of an evaluation?
Purna Chaitanya has that.
It is not just about, okay, so they answered questions.
They are evaluations all around.
Correct.
Total personality evaluation.
That we should implement that.
Correct. That is what should come here. So this, in a way, if you think about it, the primary purpose of a teacher is met through our tools. Correct?
But so here, the data that comes from the student is those three things. Got it.
Those three kinds of data. I know we still have to go deeper. Again, like I said, this is a rough cut model. So now we can explore this into multiple things, but for the time being, let's keep it at this level.
It's called immersion. They have evaluation mechanism by all round evaluation.
So this we can even put that thing. So this is the
What they have done on
Vimarsana. Right? So we'll implement the Vimarsana model here.
Next.
Do they need to know anything? Should the teacher know anything at all about the parent or the mentors or anything else?
There will be a PTM, right? I don't know.
No. I'm asking for a question from a teacher viewpoint.
Teacher viewpoint, they will know the parent more to understand expectations from the teacher.
Background.
So they should be able to access some amount of teacher parent data. Will they also know the mentors?
Mentors and teachers, they are different.
They should know mentors.
Yeah. What are mentors and teachers here?
Mentors is Purna teacher, science teacher. The science teacher is Purna. Mentor is Gurukula, she is there.
Sharda ji.
And her Sharadaji, she has no knowledge of science. She has only knowledge of counseling and motivation. So the knowledge will come from the teacher through AI to child.
So who will interact with parents?
We put it in this lady.
Mentor.
How will mentor interact when it's not aware when the Sharda ji is supposing?
Mentor is not interacting the marks. Marks is given by the system, no?
Okay. So mentor will look at the performance of the student and tell the parent that okay, this is the performance academic and the other performance, and this is how your student is meant. So it is the mentor who is directly contacting the parent all the time.
Correct.
It's not like a Zoom session for the teacher with the
No,
parent.
no, no, it's mentor. It's mentor face to face.
And the mentors also have a subjective evaluation. It is not that, they will be, see, our
Yes.
Shardaji is not a completely unaware person. When she knows, when she reads a report, she knows.
Unaware of a particular subject.
But she knows, how to try.
She is not over developed project, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's 11:20.
So we can pause maybe here.
Yeah, we'll be.
And take up any other general topics.
Any other topic you want to take now?
No, I wanted to go to the next level of the student app and also the ops app.
Continue, you can continue. Guys, you want to continue, you can continue. How long you want time meeting?
12:30 Shardi is going to come, but I can ask her to come here itself. She can,
So, guys,
She has to review it.
yeah. I thought we'll be wrapping up at 12, so I asked her to come at 12:30.
I'll have to go.
Yeah, but this simultaneous thing will not happen.
What is some of the preparation?
Yeah, this is very important. These will become a document.
When are you,
When are you?
By 1:30.
and okay, do you think, maybe from
Evening
3:30
will
again we
do
can,
evening.
okay, from 3:30 to say 5:30?
From 1:30, 2 o'clock to 4.
No, but you may want to take some.
No, it's okay, I'm okay. 2 to 4 o'clock I can continue.
2 to 4? Is 2 to 4 okay for
2 to 3:30 I have a meeting again.
So 2 to 3:30.
I can take.
1 hour, what can we cover? We can cover one full lab. We cannot.
We can connect again tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the Gurukul. Only to after afternoon we have to come.
After
All night, like, we can take rest
So we can
and
do-
come back 8 PM.
tomorrow afternoon coming back from there.
Nine.
But it'll be at least till 1:30, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Uh,
So 2:30 to 6:30 or
People are.
They all will come from.
So.
Tomorrow-
Tomorrow is up.
Uh.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock onwards.
4
because
to-
of,
4 to-
Let's say 4 to.
Why Guruji, by the time you come
5
back from evening,
5 to 7 tomorrow.
5 to 7.
5 to 7 or 5 to 8.
7, there's a Gita class, so 5 to 7 is okay.
Even 4 o'clock, 4 to 7 will make.
4 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
4 to 7. Oh, no.
Can we reach from Indira?
No. I think 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Yeah, it will go because Guruji has to give a
5 to 7, 5 to
presentation
7.
and the regular Gita.
5 to 7 will make. Is okay now?
Yes, good.
So today,
Tomorrow, what time, the max we can wind up, like, so that we can catch up with this session also. What is the schedule tomorrow? Who is taking care of the schedule tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
I thought, when I asked somebody, they said Vijayji knows the schedule.
No. Tomorrow the schedule is announcement. The Gurukul.
And hey, Guruji, but then can we finish off some things by the time you reach there? That way we can see, more emphasis should be given, chanting they can do by themselves. More, your time emphasis should be given on your talk, your Bhagavad Gita talk and your presentation for biscuits. Rather than you sitting through so many, like Vishnu Sahasranam chanting one.
That schedule is there.
No, we can redo the schedule.
First, no. Whether we reach there, we can do that.
Yeah, but you have to inform them that irrespective of whether, because they might want to wait for you.
No, that I'll tell, no.
who is
Wait,
organizing?
Wait. So, the schedule is here.
Yes, yeah, my God.
Welcome,
Many things.
estimation dance and singing with children. Talk by Udita Bala of Ladies. Lighting of the lamp, welcome.
Recording.
Oh, this will go to.
Recording.
Stop.
Okay,
This will go.
people on Zoom, we'll have a session from 5 to 7 tomorrow, is okay? Everybody?